The infinite river of consciousness. You know, it's this huge, incredible flow of just everything, of all pouring through all of us. And you would just explode if you jumped into it. You know, at least you would just tumble around and hit a bunch of rocks and get hung up in a tree and maybe eventually make it to the bottom, but it's going to be a rough ride. And so we have our ego that splits off just a little portion of that into this human experience. And now it's something that you can actually understand what's going on and actually maybe be able to navigate. Now you're in a stream of consciousness, just a little trickle, and you can be able to learn how to navigate. You know, you're like this little walnut shell with a little leaf in it, and then that's how you're able to navigate and learn how to use your sails and be able to, you know, develop the muscle memory and develop your craft and be able to navigate and not get hung up and be able to go in that flow, and it gets a little bit stronger and you get a little bit more consciousness and a little bit more trickles all line up with this thing, and eventually you make some great big breakthrough, and now we're enlightened into the next flow of the thing, and now we're in a creek of consciousness, and eventually working our way down. And every time you open up into that next big stream, you have to rework your craft and you have to develop those skills. And so that's all that, you know, prayer or meditation, a spiritual practice, is being able to practice your ability to let this creative consciousness pour through you and to flow through you, and to be able to practice getting your ego out of the way, which you need your ego because you don't want to explode, or you don't want to just tumble down this river. But eventually you can work your way up to where you can navigate. You can work your way up to being able to use your sails to catch that flow and to navigate right where you're trying to go. And so you've worked your way from that stream of consciousness into